Krasnow, everybody! Well, I'm sure by now you've all noticed my t-shirt. And for those of you who didn't pay attention in junior high school, I'm 79 years old. And I mention that because I'm sure some of you expected to see younger people, and although I'm a half a century older than most everybody else is younger. And what I thought I'd do is talk about something that I thought would be entertaining to everybody regardless of their age, and that's dating at my age. It's funny because people my age never thought they'd be dating again. I mean, we thought that was years behind us. And on the other hand, people who are in their 20s and 30s think that our dating is the silliest thing they've ever heard. Because if they're anything like me, they can't imagine that their parents ever had sex in their lives. And they know that dating always involves that. So at first I thought I'd offer some background about the issues of dating at my age. One is that you really have very little time. Now, you may be surprised by that because you think, oh, well, you're all retired. But you all don't have to go see doctors twice a week. And you don't have to wait in line to see the doctors because everybody else there is old like you are. And then you also have the problem of dealing with all the other things in your life, like your children and your children's spouses, and buying them presents and going to birthday parties, and then best of all, depending on your point of view, is your grandchildren. Yeah. And then you have to see your grandchildren's play recitals and singing recitals and dancing recitals and hockey and soccer and baseball, and then sometimes if you're old enough, you get to see their comedy recitals. And the other thing is that it's very strange, but you find yourself, at least I find myself thinking about dating a younger woman is dating somebody who's 70 to 75 years old. I mean, the idea to me that I'd be dating a younger woman who's old enough to be my grandmother just never occurred to me. And you may wonder why 70 to 75? Well, much younger than that, if you're old, you're dating your daughter's friends. And as kinky as that might sound, it isn't to us. So, there are some things that are really good about dating our age. One is that there's... I'll about to. One is, there are several. One is that you never have to worry about her saying certain things to you, like, I'm pregnant. I'm in a bad mood because I'm having my period. I'm saving until I get married. And there are also some things you never have to worry about doing. You never have to worry about being approved by her parents. And you really don't, this may come as a surprise, you don't have to worry about being approved by her children.
Why?
Because from their point of view, if this relationship works out, you'll take care of her when she gets out. And she'll never move in with her daughter. Another thing that's very important at this age is that if you find yourself stuck in a long-term relationship, you don't ever have to have one of those difficult discussions, about not wanting to see each other. All you have to do is be patient. Now, moving into sex. Excuse me. I've forgotten it, so I need notes. Moving into sex. People our age want what would politely be called companionship, just as much as young people want companionship and also company. The difference is that we don't tend to talk about it as much as the younger people do. But it's just as important. But if you're lucky enough to have sex, women generally don't have to worry about whether the man wants to have sex with them. They just have to worry about whether the man is capable of having sex with anybody. There's also the issue of body images and so forth. It's not known to a lot of younger people, But women often have nipples that are friendly with their belly button. Also, the sexiest woman that you can date is one that takes out her teeth at night before she goes to bed. But most importantly, or most difficult, is if you do get lucky, what do you tell your children? I mean, imagine this, you're 79 years old, and your son says, "How was your date last night?" And you're gonna say, "Dude, she was really hot." Or your daughter is gonna say to her mother, "How was your date last night?" And she's gonna say, "I feel like I got hit by a sledgehammer. I mean, I couldn't walk in the morning." I'm sorry. You want to tell us your name? Could I have your phone number? There's another issue which is really difficult, which is communication. Because communication is fairly easy when you're in your 20s. Everybody knows what the same words mean. But to us, when you're about to go to bed and you talk about whether you want to do it, you're talking about the dishes. When you talk about being turned on, you're talking about your hearing aid. Getting off. It has to generally do with the toilet on a day that you're not having a good day. If you ever hear her say the words, I'm coming, my God, I'm coming," it means that her phone is ringing and she can't find it. Eating out, that's when she doesn't want to cook. And then finally, the issue of getting wet. You all can make up your own joke about that. But on a more serious note, we older people have a lot of trouble learning new ways and learning new language. And they're, in these days of differing sexuality and questions about gender issues, it's hard for us to learn the words that make everybody comfortable and don't hurt anybody's feelings. But on the other hand, there are certain things we know that never change. Like, for instance, a hand job is just always a hand job. Thank you.